What you attach to your I am becomes the very fabric of your world. This is the profound law of assumption, the sacred heart of all creation. It is a remembering of the most potent words you will ever speak, often uttered without a whisper of awareness. These are words that do not merely describe your current state, they actively forge the person you are destined to become. Whether whispered in a moment of self-doubt or declared with unshakable certainty, your I am is your sacred signature upon reality. This truth echoes through the mind, the body, and the invisible field of existence itself. From the ancient mystics to the pioneers of quantum theory, one essential principle remains eternally clear. Your identity is generative. You do not wait to become something. You must first declare it with conviction. In doing so, you command your reality to align with that declaration. This is the silent, immutable law behind every great transformation, every miracle, and every downfall, beginning not with strenuous effort, but with a single, potent I am. When Moses stood before the divine presence and asked for a name, the response was not a title or a designation of hierarchy. It was a living code. I am that I am. This was not a name in any conventional sense, but a pure statement of presence, of being, of infinite becoming. Whether you realize it or not, you have been repeating that very same sacred name every single time you have ever said, I am. This narrative serves as a guide into the deep mechanics of identity and manifestation. Yet it is far more than an instruction. It is a spiritual initiation, an unveiling of the hidden power residing within your every thought and spoken word. Here, you will rediscover the Creator operating behind the curtain of your perceived self. By the end of this journey, you will no longer speak I am carelessly, but with profound clarity, authority, and knowing. And the universe will have no choice but to respond accordingly. Let us begin with the original name, I am that I am. Before the world was shaped by labels, religions, and doctrines, there was only pure being. At the heart of this being rests a wordless foundational awareness, the simple, profound state of I am. When Moses encountered the divine in the burning bush and inquired, "Who shall I say sent me?" the answer was not a name as we understand it, but a supreme declaration of existence. The response, I am that I am, consists of 4 simple words that carry infinite creative power. It was not a title or a fixed identity, but a revelation of existence itself. This moment unveiled a universal principle for all creation. The fundamental creative force behind everything is a conscious awareness of being. The hidden truth is that you carry this very same creative force within you. Your I am is not a description, but a command. Every time you say, I am tired, I am not good enough, or I am lucky, you are not merely describing a temporary moment. You are declaring a definitive truth to your subconscious mind, to the universe, and to every cell within your body. An I am statement is a vibrational order, a metaphysical command sent directly into the field of creation. You are the one giving the direction, for the universe does not respond to what you want, but to who you declare yourself to be. Wanting is a powerless whisper of, I hope, but I am is thunder. It is absolute authority and divine authorship. In many spiritual traditions, names were considered sacred vessels of power. To know the true name of something was to hold authority over its essence. This is not mere superstition, but a fundamental energetic law. Your true name is not John or Sarah. Your true name is I am. Everything you attach after that name shapes the very lens through which you see, feel, and create your reality. This is why the ancient mystics protected the I am presence with such reverence, not because it was a secret to be hidden, but because its power was too immense to be spoken without conscious awareness. Even modern science now point toward the immense power of belief and identity. In neuroscience, the reticular activating system within your brain acts as a filter, taking your I am beliefs and seeking out evidence to support them. If you say, I am unlucky, your brain will diligently search for proof of your misfortune. If you declare, I am resilient, it will shift your focus toward opportunities to demonstrate strength. Your biology responds, your energy shifts, and your environment rearranges itself in response. This is not magical thinking. It is the very architecture of human cognition and perception. You have been given the keys to creation all along, yet most people use them unconsciously. They repeatedly declare, I am always broke, I am not good at relationships, or I am too old, and the universe simply responds, as you wish. This chapter exists to awaken you from this accidental identity creation. For once you become aware of the power behind I am, you can no longer afford to speak from a place of doubt. Every word you declare is a brick in the house of reality you are building. You must therefore ask yourself, what reality are you constructing with the I am statements you repeat each day? Are you merely repeating your past, or are you consciously authoring your future? For a final reflection, speak this truth with your breath, not just in your mind, but aloud. I am aware. I am the author. I am that I am. You are not your circumstances. You are not your thoughts, and you are not your history. You are the I am behind them all. This is only the beginning. In our next chapter, we will explore how the unconscious I am becomes a trap and how to shift from passive programming to conscious creation. If you are still listening, your true journey into identity has just begun. Identity is destiny, for your perception of me is merely a reflection of you, and my reaction to you is an awareness of me. Every day we speak our destiny into existence, not through poetry, but through something far more subtle, our self-talk, and specifically our I am statements. Phrases like, I am tired, I am unlucky, or I'm just not that type of person seem innocent and common, yet each one contains a hidden blueprint for your reality.
Think of each I am as a seed planted into the fertile soil of consciousness. To say it once stirs the ground. To repeat it allows roots to grow. When you water it with genuine emotion, it blossoms into a core belief. And once something becomes a belief, it becomes your default lens for interpreting people, opportunities, and every challenge life presents. You no longer just say, I am anxious. You begin to see the entire world through a filter of anxiety. This is the precise reason why identity is destiny. Once you declare, I am, your entire being rearranges itself to prove you right. Your subconscious mind listens to you with literal intent, accepting your declarations as absolute truth without evaluation or edit. It then begins aligning your behavior and perceptions accordingly. To state "I am bad with money" trains your brain to overlook financial opportunities and repeat poor spending patterns. To claim "I am unlucky in love" filters out potentially aligned partners and draws in relationships that only validate your pre-existing pain. These are not merely words, they are contracts you sign with your soul, and most of us sign them without ever reading the fine print. Consider the man who, for most of his life, declared, "I am a procrastinator." He did not just delay tasks, he fully identified as someone who delays. Yet when he consciously began changing his language to "I am someone who finishes what I start," a profound internal shift occurred. His habits, almost of their own accord, slowly restructured to match his new conscious identity. Consider also the woman who for years declared, "I'm just not creative." After she began journaling for simple enjoyment, she consciously replaced that old story with a new truth: "I am learning to express myself." In time, the statement, "I am creative," no longer felt like a stretch of the imagination, but a natural expression of her being. Today, she is a published poet. These are not mere coincidences. They are living proof of the transformation that occurs when you consciously change the foundation of your "I am." Your habits will always follow your identity, and your environment will inevitably echo the person you believe yourself to be. Your results in every area of life will perpetually rise or fall to meet the standard of your deepest self-concept. We often attempt to change our lives by first altering our external actions, but actions that do not flow from a core identity shift are fragile and rarely endure. If you truly wish to change your life, you must go beyond changing your behavior and change who you are being in this very moment. Instead of trying to act more confident, declare with authority, "I am confident." Instead of stating, "I want to be successful," affirm, "I am already embodying the energy of success." These new declarations may feel unfamiliar at first, yet repetition is a profound force. It rewires your inner narrative, and your identity, much like a muscle, strengthens with consistent and deliberate use. You must watch your words with great care, for you are literally speaking your future into existence. There is a profound reason why ancient mystics, modern neuroscientists, and quantum physicists all converge upon a singular truth: your thoughts create your reality. Yet more accurately, it is your established identity that anchors this reality into place. From this moment forward, you must ask yourself, what am I declaring daily? And more importantly, is this declaration in genuine alignment with the life I profess to desire? In our previous exploration, we saw how each "I am" plants the seed of identity. Now we must understand how this seed takes root, and the answer lies in your very neurology. This chapter unpacks the science of why your mind accepts everything you say about yourself, even the lies you no longer wish to believe. We will explore how the brain processes identity, how the miracle of neuroplasticity makes profound change possible, and how to consciously interrupt the old "I am" scripts that have held you back. It is time to move beyond simple awareness and into genuine transformation from the inside out. Your subconscious mind does not argue, it simply obeys. When you say, "I am stupid" or "I am unworthy," your subconscious receives this as a direct and literal instruction. It possesses no filter, no capacity for critique, and no understanding of context. It cannot discern if your statement is sarcastic, habitual, or born from a fleeting emotion. It simply logs the command and begins adjusting your mental, emotional, and even physiological state to conform to it. Think of it as the most loyal software. Whatever code you type into its terminal, it will run, regardless of whether that code is constructive or corrupt. Thankfully, your brain is not a fixed entity, for it possesses the superpower of neuroplasticity, the innate ability of your nervous system to rewire itself in response to new experiences, focused repetition, and clear intention. When you speak a new "I am" statement, you are not merely being poetic, you are laying down new neural tracks. You are actively carving fresh grooves into the substrate of your mind, actively disrupting the worn-out loops of doubt, fear, and inadequacy. Imagine saying, "I am confident" for the very first time. Your brain registers the novelty. Repeat it with emotion and conviction, and it begins to accept this as your new truth. To rewire these foundational narratives, you must make your declarations intentional. Begin with the mirror method. Stand before a mirror, look directly into your own eyes, and speak your new "I am" statements aloud. This direct eye contact activates powerful emotional centers in the brain, making the affirmation far more impactful and disrupting the cycles of shame and self-judgment. Practice the affirmation reversal technique by identifying a disempowering "I am" and consciously reframing it in the moment, activating your prefrontal cortex to override the old programming. Engage in identity journaling each morning, writing 3 to 5 "I am" statements that reflect the person you are becoming, supported by small pieces of evidence. Finally, utilize visualization with identity anchoring. Close your eyes and visualize your future self. Then ask, "What kind of person would I have to be to live this life?" and declare, "I am that version now." The formula is precise. Repetition lays the neural groundwork, but emotion, the genuine feeling behind the words, reinforces the signal and accelerates the rewiring by releasing neurochemicals that cement the new identity into place. You need not fight every old belief you have ever held. You must simply stop feeding them your attention. Instead, nourish the new ones. Let every "I am" you speak from this day forward be a conscious instruction to your brain, a clear message to the universe, and a sacred declaration of who you are now choosing to become. For the most powerful words you will ever utter are the ones you say about yourself with conviction and feeling. To be who you desire is to become it. The future is not a distant point you await. It is a state you must embody now. We have explored how "I am" rewires the brain and shifts identity at the subconscious level. Yet intellectual awareness alone is insufficient. The true alchemical shift occurs when you fully embody the version of you who already possesses what you are calling in, not just in theory, but in how you walk, think, speak, and respond to life itself. This is the profound practice of embodiment. This is the art of living from the fulfilled end.
You do not attract what you merely want. You attract what you fundamentally are. This is the quantum model of reality as a perfect reflection. Quantum physics has long suggested that reality is not a fixed, linear path, but a field of infinite possibilities that responds to our observation, our intention, and most critically, our vibrational frequency. From this perspective, the future is not a distant point waiting to arrive. It already exists as a spectrum of potential, and your personal frequency determines which specific version you collapse into tangible form. To experience a different reality, you must first become a different version of yourself, which is where "I am" transforms from a simple affirmation into identity in motion. Consider the profound energetic difference between two statements. I want abundance and I am abundant. They may sound similar, but they exist in entirely different worlds. The first statement places your desire in a future that has not yet arrived, and by vibrating this state of not having, you perpetuate its absence. The second statement, I am abundant, claims the truth of that reality in the present moment. Even if your external circumstances have not yet caught up, you are instructing the quantum field to reflect the person you are now being. This is not about pretending, but about pre-living your destiny. To live from this future reality, you must first begin by asking yourself profound questions. How would I carry myself if I were already successful? How would I speak if I knew the universe unconditionally supported me? What choices would I make if I truly believed in my own worth? You are not waiting to arrive at your destination. You are practicing being there now. This embodiment manifests in your speech as you speak from a place of certainty, and in your posture as you carry yourself with the grounded energy of one who has already received. When you consistently live as the version of you who has already achieved your desire, a powerful feedback loop is initiated. Your external world has no choice but to begin matching your internal vibration, because reality responds not to your old stories, but to your current energetic state. If you vibrate with confidence, worthiness, and abundance, your reality is compelled to reflect those states back to you. This is not merely philosophical speculation. It is the fundamental mechanics of consciousness in action, and the longer you hold this identity, the sharper and quicker the reflection becomes. Engage in a simple yet powerful daily practice. Close your eyes and vividly visualize your future self, successful, healthy, and joyful. Feel into that version's energy, noting how they speak, carry themselves, and make decisions. Then, open your eyes and declare, I am already that version, and consciously choose to act, walk, and speak from that energy throughout your day. This is not about forcing perfection, but about maintaining a moment-by-moment check for energetic alignment with the person you are becoming. It is crucial to understand that embodiment is not a performance for the universe. It is a profound reconnection with your truest essence, which exists beneath layers of fear and conditioning. Embodiment is the sacred bridge between pure possibility and physical reality. When you live as if your vision is already true, without requiring immediate external proof, you become magnetic to your desires. You are no longer chasing an outcome, you are attracting it through the very nature of your being, and this is the pinnacle of mastery. The universe does not simply grant wishes, it reflects a coherent identity. You can meditate and affirm all you want, but if your daily actions, thoughts, and choices remain rooted in the old self, the universe has no catalyst to deliver a new reality. However, when you live as the version of you who already possesses your desire, the world must respond in kind. For in the quantum field, every potential already exists. Your only task is to become it fully. Every day, you cast spells with your words, which is why it is called spelling. Your declarations, especially those preceded by I am, are not mere expressions of a temporary mood. They are decrees to the universe and vibrational commands that shape your destiny. What happens then when you casually state, I'm so tired, or I am broke? Most people utter these phrases without thought, but that is the entire problem. With every careless declaration, you are anchoring an identity, and identity is destiny. Your language is a clear mirror of your deepest beliefs. It does not just describe your reality, but reveals your internal wiring. When you say, I am not enough, you are not just reporting a feeling, you are reaffirming a core belief that shapes your entire perception. The words you repeat most frequently
literally carve out neural pathways, training your brain and body to default into those emotional and behavioral states. This is the hidden trap. False declarations become self-fulfilling loops that reinforce the very limitations you wish to escape. When you declare, "I am always behind," your subconscious mind accepts this as a definitive instruction, and the universe conspires to send you more experiences that confirm this truth. Your I am is your sacred agreement with reality, and if you are not conscious of this agreement, you will unconsciously create a life that mirrors limitation instead of expansion. Imagine you wield a sacred wand that activates anything it points toward. You would not wave it carelessly at what you don't want, yet this is precisely what you do with disempowering language. To detoxify this language of powerlessness, you must begin with conscious awareness. Start by noticing your default I am statements, especially in casual conversation. When you catch yourself uttering a phrase like, "I'm a mess today," pause and revise it. Reframe it to, "I'm feeling scattered, but I am grounded beneath the surface." Speak from the identity you are consciously choosing to embody, not from the temporary state you are experiencing, and in doing so, you reclaim your creative authority. Begin by affirming higher declarations, even if you do not yet feel their full truth within you. Statements such as, "I am learning," "I am becoming stronger," or "I am open to clarity," serve as bridges rooted in authentic possibility, not in delusion. To really empower this new language, you must anchor it with genuine emotion, for words become magical only when they are deeply felt. Do not merely recite, "I am confident." Close your eyes and feel the version of you who owns that confidence, allowing the words to drop from your mind directly into the living intelligence of your body. This practice is not about policing your speech or forcing a false positivity. It is about reclaiming the gentle precision of your identity. Instead of declaring, "I am anxious," you might say, "I am feeling waves of anxiety, but I am the calm awareness beneath them." This precise language is a profound act of self-compassion, allowing you to stop reinforcing old selves and start consciously becoming new ones. You are always making declarations. The essential question is not whether you are using "I am," but how you are using it. For every sentence you speak adds weight to you at the universe, bringing your wishes to infinite potential with each declaration. After the powerful declaration is made, there comes a sacred silence. You have planted the seed by stating, "I am wealthy," or "I am healed," and now you must enter a period of trusting pause. This stillness is not inactivity, it is a state of energetic trust. When you declare an "I am," you send a ripple into the quantum field, but most people interrupt this transmission with doubt and second-guessing. You must think of your declaration as a divine order you have placed. Now you must step back and allow the cosmos to prepare it, resisting the urge to constantly dig up the seed to check for growth. At this critical phase, without making any new requests or worrying about the manner, a portal of pure possibility opens up, and your vision begins to materialize in your life. The true point of not asking for more is not that you are limited in what you can receive, but that once you have claimed your energetics, the universe needs your sustained belief before it can deliver. The power lies in knowing that your wish already exists in vibration, and now you are in a state of receiving. This stillness is not empty waiting. It is a deeply active engagement with the field of pure potential. You are allowing the quantum field to reorganize itself around your new vibration, and this needs your unwavering faith and trust. In the midst of this stillness, you must be prepared for the test of your receiving. This is when the universe presents you with opportunities that might seem unrelated to your initial declaration, but actually serve as stepping stones to your manifestation.
In nearly every mystical tradition, there is a profound reverence for this void. the sacred space between intention and realization. This pause can feel uncomfortable, as if nothing is happening, yet it is precisely where everything is being orchestrated beneath the surface. The key is to remain internally still while continuing to move through your external life with grace. You have declared, "I am abundant." Now act as if this is true by aligning with the energy of someone who knows it is already so. This is not avoidance. It is the highest form of embodiment. Understand that detachment is not disinterest. It is the release of the desperate need for immediate evidence. The universe operates on resonance, not on pressure. Desperation screams, "I do not believe it is working," while stillness whispers, "I trust that it already is." After your declaration, allow your energy to rest in this knowing. This is gestation time, a sacred period where you listen for the echo of your own command in the vast chamber of existence, following the inspired nudges that arise in the silence. The ultimate mastery, however, lies in the final unlock. You are not your thoughts. You are the conscious awareness, the observer who notices them. The moment you realize this, you shift from being a programmed entity to becoming the conscious programmer of your reality. Identity is not a fixed state. It is a continuous choice. You are not your anxiousness or your past. You are the one who gets to declare which thoughts and stories you will identify with and bring into being. When a thought such as, "I'm not good enough," arises, you now have a choice: to absorb it as truth or to observe it with detachment. In that moment of observation, you reclaim your authorship. You can declare, "I see that thought, but I am more than it." From this place of empowered consciousness, you can then speak new truths into being. I am capable. I am grounded. I am free. These are not affirmations you are trying to force, but the authentic identities you are now choosing to become, moving from unconscious conditioning to conscious creation. Most of us were raised within layers of conditioning that urged us to be realistic, to avoid aiming too high, and to prioritize safety above all else. These subtle and overt messages formed the very foundation of our early self-concept. Yet the moment you become consciously aware of this conditioning, you gain the power to rewrite it, not through a strenuous fight, but by seeing it clearly, thanking it for its perceived protection, and then consciously choosing a new narrative that is more aligned with your true potential. From this point forward, every "I am" you speak can arise from conscious authorship, liberated from the shackles of inherited limitation. To fully embody this role of the observer and declare from your higher self, engage in daily practices of self-witnessing. Spend a few minutes in silence, simply watching the procession of your thoughts without reaction or judgment. When an old limiting declaration arises, such as, "I'm always broke," consciously pause and rewrite it into a statement of becoming. I am in the process of expanding my financial reality. Place reminders on your mirror that state, "I am the observer, I choose what I become," and speak them aloud each morning with presence, ensuring your declarations come from a centered stillness and not from a place of fear. At its highest level, I am is not merely a practice or a philosophy. It is a fundamental way of being. It is the posture of one who knows they are not a victim of the world, but a conscious creator operating within it. Let every declaration you utter become an extension of your observed truth, rising from a place of deep clarity. Let your identity be a living masterpiece that you paint each day, using awareness as your brush and your conscious declarations as the ink. We now return full circle to the sacred origin of all creation. I am that I am. This was not merely a name given to Moses. It was a cosmic equation, a truth so fundamental and infinite it required no further explanation. This declaration exists outside of time, a divine code embedded within your very soul. It means you become what you declare. You reflect what you recognize within yourself. You are both the cause and the effect in an eternal loop of becoming, where what you declare today shapes the reality you experience tomorrow, which in turn reinforces the identity you hold. Every pattern that has ever held you stuck is a loop of identity. If you feel you are reliving the same challenges, it is because the core I am has remained unchanged. To break this loop, you must first see the pattern with clear awareness, then challenge the old declaration upholding it. From the perspective of the observer, choose a new, empowering truth and reinforce it through consistent embodiment, walking, speaking, and acting in alignment with it. When you do this, the loop does not merely break, it elevates, and the spiral of your life begins its conscious ascent. The sacred name I am that I am was never meant to be worshipped from a distance, but to be realized as the divine technology within you. You are the image and likeness of the creative force made to speak new worlds into being. Every I am is a spark of this creative fire, and every conscious declaration is the match that sets the canvas of the universe ablaze. In the quantum field of all possibility, your I am is the selector switch, the vibrational tuner that locks into the specific version of reality you are destined to experience. To live within this sacred loop, begin each morning with a declaration of the person you are becoming. At midday, pause and ask, "What I am have I been living today?" and course correct if necessary. In the evening, reflect on your alignment. This is not a pursuit of perfection, but a practice of profound presence. You are not here to be passive. You are here to remember who you are. A fragment of the divine, a master of the creative loop. You are I am. There is no more waiting, no required permission, and no further searching necessary. Every time you speak this truth, consciously, the universe responds, not because it is listening, but because you are the very one speaking it into form. Go forth now and declare with boldness, I am free, I am love, I am the conscious creator of my reality. Let the sacred loop complete its cycle, for you have returned to the origin and now you begin again. This is the end of our narrative, but merely the beginning of your eternal becoming. And so the most profound magic is not found in distant stars, but in the very words you speak from this moment forward. You are no longer a passenger in your life, but the conscious architect of your reality. If this journey has resonated with the truth you feel within, we invite you to become part of this sacred circle. Help this channel become a beacon for other seekers by adding your light. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and ring the bell so we may continue to walk this path of awakening together. Share your own revelations in the comments below, for in sharing our truth, we help others remember their own. The universe is waiting to echo your next I am. What will you declare? Thank you for watching.